Lesson number 2, System of Living Organism. There is a great diversity of organisms around us. Since time immemorial, we humans have been exploiting this wealth for our own benefit. During this process, man tried to differentiate between and identify the organism. This involves into a branch of biology known as classification that has led eventually to systematic. The method of classification dates back to ancient time when Indian, Greek and Roman philosophers have contributed their mighty to systematic science. 2.1 Systematics. Systematics is the study of kinds and diversity of organisms and the comparative and evolutionary relationships, said by G. Gibson in 1961. Taxonomy. Taxonomy means classification following certain rules or principles. Word taxonomy comes from two Greek words. Taxi means arrangement and nomos means law or rule. The term taxonomy was first introduced by A.P.T. Kendall, Swiss botanist, in 1778 to 1841. 2.2 Classification. It is the arrangement of organisms or groups of organisms in distinct categories in accordance with a particular and well-established plan. This classification is based on similarities and dissimilarities among the organisms. Artificial. It is a classification that is based on few easily absorbable and non-evolutionary features such as habit, color, etc., often irrespective to their affinities, means relationship with other organisms. Example, Linnaeus system of classification. Natural. It is a classification which is based on objectively significant rather than being selected or convincing like artificial system of classification. Example, Bentham and Hooker system of classification. Phylogenetic. It is a system based on common evolutionary descent. Example, Engler and Prandtl classification. In the system of classification, the term like taxa and categories are often used. Each category is referred as a unit of classification. In fact, it represents a rank and is commonly termed as taxon. 2.3 Three domains of life. It is believed that the life originated on earth in its very simple form. Constant struggle of the early living beings gave rise to more and more perfect forms of life. This struggle and progress is evolution, which leads to the formation of diverse life forms. Carl Woese in 1990 proposed three domains of life to classify life forms. They are archaea, bacteria, and eukarya. Domain is a unit larger than kingdom in the system of classification. Bacteria and archaea both have prokaryotic cells, whereas eukarya have eukaryotic cells. All the three domains have very unique ribosomal RNA, that is rRNA. Archaea are known for their survival in very extreme conditions like high temperature, salinity, acidic condition, etc. Bacteria, though are prokaryotic, differ from archaea in structure of cell wall. 2.4 Chemotaxonomy. It is a method of biological classification based on similarities and dissimilarities in the structure of certain compounds present among the organism being classified. In short, it is the classification based on chemical constituent of organism. Example, archaea cell wall is without peptidoglycan and that of prokarya is with peptidoglycan. Among eukarya, fungi have chitinous cell wall, while plants have cellulic cell wall. 2.5 Numerical taxonomy. The system is based on quantification of characters and develops an algorithm for classification. The basic aim of this taxonomy was to create a taxonomy using numerical algorithm like cluster analysis rather than using subjective evaluation of their properties. This system was first proposed by Sokal and Smith in 1963. 2.6 Cladogram. It is a typical branching pattern as shown on the previous page. A diagram of three domains of life is a cladogram. It represents a hypothetical relationship denoting a comparison of organisms and their common ancestors. 2.7 Phylogeny. It is evolutionary relationship of organisms. It is an important tool in classification as it takes into account not merely the morphological status but also the relationship of one group of organism with other group of life. The system helps to understand the evolution and also focuses on similarities of their metabolic functioning. Uses three-domain concept as well as Whittaker's five-kingdom system are very good example of phylogenetic relationship. 2.8 DNA barcoding. DNA barcoding is a new method for identification of any species based on its DNA sequence from a tiny tissue sample of an organism under study. It helps to study newly identified species as well as understanding ecological and evolutionary relationships between living beings. The process of DNA barcoding includes basic two steps. A. Collecting DNA barcode data of known species, and B. Matching the barcode sequence of the unknown sample against the barcode library for identification. DNA barcoding has many applications. A few to mention are protection of endangered species, preservation of natural resource, pest control in agriculture, identifying disease vector, authentication of natural health products, and identification of medicinal plants. 2.9 Taxonomic category. Classification is not a single step process but involves hierarchy of steps in which each step represents a rank or category. Since the category is a part of overall taxonomic arrangement, it is called taxonomic category, and all categories together constituent the taxonomic hierarchy. Kingdom, division, class, order, family, genus, species are the categories in hierarchical sequence. These are compulsory categories. Besides, there are some facultative categories like suborder, subfamily, etc. to be used as per need. 2.10 Taxonomic hierarchy. Taxon. A taxon is a taxonomic group of any rank in a system of classification by H.G. Lamb in 1948. Example, in plant kingdom, each one of the following, such as Angiospermia, Dicotyledonea, Polypeptylia, Malvaceae, represents a taxonomic group, that is taxon.